What's going on, guys? It's Adrian TheShaver here, and today I'm bringing you a FIFA 14 Ultimate Team BPL squad builder. This is going to be a cheap BPL team, so that way you can just get your first team going up and running and start to earn those coins and get the good trades and open some packs and get some good players. So this is going to be a couple of good players that are relatively cheap. This is going to be, not the well-known players, but there's going to be a couple in here. Alright, so let's get started. First off, we're going to be using one of the most popular formation, basically. At least in FIFA 13, I'm pretty sure. And overall, probably. It's going to be the 3-5-2 formation. As soon as I get there. Oh, skipped it. Alright, we're using the 3-5-2 formation. Alright, we'll start at the bottom. In goal, we have Tim Howard, USA goalkeeper and national team. He's actually pretty good. I mean, I picked him up for 1,000 coins, so you should be able to pick him up for around there. Pretty cheap compared to most of these other goalkeepers, at least for in terms of his stats. He has 83 diving, 83 reflexes, and for the most goalkeepers, until you start getting up to like De Gea and Hart and Cech and Loris, no one else really has these high stats that you really want in your goalkeeper. So I went ahead and picked him up, cheap and effective in the BPL. All right, so our first center back. We're gonna go with Jolene Lescott. Now I had him in FIFA 13, and he was a beast. He's 6'2" with 82 defense and 85 heading, and he only picked him up for 950 coins. It's absolutely ridiculous. Right now, most players are going extremely expensive, but at the same time, a whole bunch of them are going extremely cheap because you have a whole bunch of people that don't know the true value of their cards, so they'll put them up really cheap. Or a lot of people are just looking for the certain people right away. They want this specific person instead of this guy. So pick up Jolene Lescott. His only downside is he's pretty slow on the pace. He has no pace, but it should excuse me. But it should be okay. The other two center backs should be pretty fast, or at least one of them will be a little bit faster. And you'll have a whole bunch of your defensive mids and everything. So you don't have to worry about him. But he definitely will get up and score goals in the corners. And he's a really good defender for only 950 coins. Alright, on the other side, we will put, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, but Jalakia? I don't know. But I picked him up for 1,000 coins as well. Another cheap center back that's really good. He has a high defensive work rate, so he's going to play real great defense for you with 81 defense, 82 heading, and 67 pace, which is pretty good for a center back. I'm sure you can find faster center backs, but 1,000 coins is really cheap. On the other side, I have a couple of choices here. The Song is now a gold player. He used to be silver. I was using him, and he's actually really good. But Dawson's another good player. He's actually really cheap. I got him in one of my first packs, but he goes for real cheap, and he is really good. But I think we're gonna go ahead and put Basong in. We're gonna put Basong in at the other side. Another cheap player, 850. Like I said, he used to be a silver player, and he was real expensive as a silver player. But he's great. 74 pace, so he's actually the fastest of the three, along with 74 defense and 80 heading. So he's pretty fast, and he'll work real good for you guys. All right, so our first center defensive mid is going to be Cech Tiote. He was a beast in FIFA 13. He's still a beast in this game. He's an absolute tank with 81 defense, 72 heading, 74 pace. So he's not super slow. He wasn't that expensive, 2,100 coins. That's real cheap now, for them. But he was great in 13. I really liked him, so I keep him in my squad for now. On the other side, we're going to put Javi Garcia. Another cheap 1,800 coins. That's not bad. You should be able to afford these. If not, then you have to go look for somewhere else. But pretty good. 82 defense, 87 heading. 87. That's pretty damn good. 63 pace, so he's not too fast. But he has pretty good defense, obviously. The other guy I had, as y'all saw, was Mikel. He's a little bit on the cheaper side if you can't afford him. But I'll show you guys some of the subs that I have afterwards. Alright, in right mid. I have plenty of right mids, actually. So, once they come up, Eric Lamela, Kevin Morales, and Arnautovic. I actually got Lamela in a pack. He's actually kind of expensive. So for the sake of the cheap BPL team, we're not going to put him in. But we're going to put Morales is kind of expensive. But we'll put Morales in. He's actually not that bad. I got him in one of my first packs as well, so I was very unfortunate, very lucky. He has 88 pace, so he's real fast. They lowered the pace in a lot of players, and this game isn't really about pace anymore. I mean, if you have the fast players, yes, you're still going to overpower people, but it's about more of technique and the way you pass the ball and move the ball around. Anyways, he's pretty cheap. He's not too expensive. He's going to cost you several thousand coins. Actually, I can go look up real fast. Let's go find out. If you haven't noticed, you go to the list transfer market, and you can actually compare prices and find out how much people are going for, which is really awesome. It makes it super easy whenever you want to sell somebody. So as soon as that comes up, we'll find out how much he goes for. I'm pretty sure he only goes for a few thousand. See if we can find someone. See, 3,000 right there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. So he might be one of the more expensive people out of the team, but totally worth it. Say 1,000, a couple thousand. So he'll cost you no more than a few thousand. But we're gonna throw him in over there. Okay. Uh-oh. What the balls? Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. I just got disconnected from the EA servers, which is probably going to be happening a lot to everyone because, you know, it just launched. So, anyways, we're back. So, we just finished off a right mid, Kevin Morales. It's going to cost you a few thousand coins. No more than probably like 3. But he's pretty cheap. I got him in a pack, so I was very fortunate. Alright, on the other side, left mid, we're going to go with Jarvis. Now he's actually really cheap too. Matt Jarvis from West Ham, 87 pace, so he's just as fast as Morales. I got him for 2,200 coins, as you can see. He's gonna cost you around 2,000 coins no matter what. I tried for a good 30-40 minutes trying to get him for cheap, but I just couldn't. So he's gonna cost you a couple thousand. He has a high attacking work rate, very low defensive, so you won't see him on the defensive side, which is I guess kind of a downside, but that's okay. But as you can see, his standout stat is 5-star weak foot. That's insane. With the 87 pace, he'll get down the field. Once you get the ball, he can shoot with either or, and it'll be good. Alright, so we're moving on to the next guy. Our center attacking mid is going to be, out of these two, Sergison and Zogbia, I'm going to go with Sergison. And the reason I say that is because Sergison has a couple of key stats. If you don't know him, he has an insane free kick. He has a 91 free kick accuracy, which is just absolutely amazing. So he'll be taking all the free kicks if you're a free kick take person. Obviously, if you don't care for free kicks, you can put whoever. You can put Zogbia in. Zogbia's a lot faster than Sergison, so that might be why you would choose him. But I only got him for 750 coins. That's insanely cheap. He just had an inform last week, not this one, but the last week he had an inform as a left mid. He scored 2 free kicks against, I forgot who, but he scored 2 free kicks. But Sergison has an 80 shot, 75 pass. Not too bad. His card doesn't look that great, but his shooting and his free kick are going to save your life, and they're going to create some great goals for you. Alright, so up top, we're going to throw in our first striker. Is going to be Cisse from Newcastle. Now, a lot of people wouldn't really pick him, but I got him for 1,300 coins, real cheap. His card doesn't look that great. 4-star weak foot, so that's pretty good. 77 pace, but when I played with him, I swear, it feels like he has at least an 85 pace, at least. I mean, he wasn't blowing by people, but it was way more than 77. 79 shot, 78 heading, so he's an all-around average striker in terms of his card, but he's actually a lot faster than he seems. So we're going to throw him up there. And next to him, we're going to put Kone. Kone is one of my favorite players. Arona Kone from Ivory Coast. I picked him up for 2,800. That's actually cheap for what he goes for. If you take the time to find the right person at the right time, you can get him for cheap like I did. But he usually goes for about 3,400, so he's going to cost you pretty cheap. So him and Morales will be the most expensive players on your team, but it'll be pretty cheap. So key stats: he's at 86 pace. So Cisse is just as strong as Kone. Kone is real strong, but Kone has the pace. So if you need some pace up front, he'll provide it for you. While Cisse is also a strong threat in there. He has a 73 shot, 76 heading, but his shot, I'm pretty sure it's way better than the 73 that they give him. But, EA like to downgrade everybody. He was one of my favorites, like I said, in FIFA 13. And so I decided to pick him up right away. He was one of the first people that I went and picked up. So that's pretty good. So overall, there's your first BPL squad. It's pretty cheap. Let's go through and find out how much it was. We'll do 3 there, so that's going to be about 3, 4, it's another 100. Sorry, that's my phone. Morales was another 3, so that's going to be about 7,000. There's 9, 11. It'll be about 13 or 14. It's 15, 16, about 17, 18. So overall, you can get this squad for no more than 20k. If you do all the buy now prices, it'll probably cost you around 20K. But if you take your time and find the right buyers and find the right buy now prices, you can search for the buy nows. And a lot of people, what they'll do, if you don't know yet, you should know by now, it's FIFA 14. But the newbies will get a card, like for example, they might get Lescott and be like, oh, I don't know who this guy is, he's slow, or I don't want him. And they'll put him up for auction, and they'll put him out at a buy now price of like an insane like 800 coins or something like that. For example, let me show you real fast. Let me find him. Where's he at? Arnautovic. I got him for 350 coins, and he goes for a few thousand. I was just searching for him, and like I did, I searched for the buy now for like a cheap price, and someone put him up, sure enough, for 150 and at 350. So I bought him now for 350, and the auction guy just put it up for an hour. So if your key trading stats that you need to look for are go for cheap buy now prices until you can find the lowest one and put that in. And then usually if you keep trying, you might find someone that'll put one just a little bit lower and you can get them for cheap. Or just go look at the auctions and go look for everything at 58 minutes, 59 minutes, an hour, because the newbies will put up everything for 1 hour at a cheap price. So that's how you get your cheap players. Then Arnautovic obviously is another right mid, so instead of Morales you could have him, but they're both about the same price. They're both really good. So let's see. A couple of substitutions that we can put in here. Your preference. I had Eric Lamela, like I said. Dawson was the center back that I was talking about. He's real great. He's really slow, but he has great defensive heading. He's pretty good. I mean, he's a little underrated, which is awesome. Williams, I haven't really used him, but he does have 80 defense, 82 heading, but 67 pace, so he's not that bad. And then Mikel, like I said, he's actually on the cheaper side. I only picked him up for 550, but he's still really great. He's a real good defensive threat, 80 defense, that's good for him. And then here's your other left mid that you can have. Chadley, 77 pace, pretty good. 74 shot, 74 passing. I actually got him in a pack, so I was very unfortunate. But he's actually really cheap because there's not a lot of left mids. All the left mids, are kind of expensive. The other can that you can have, center attacking mid for instead of Sturgeon could be Nzogbia from Aston Villa. I picked him up for 1,300 coins. It's pretty cheap, not too much. 86 pace, so he's pretty fast. If you don't really care for the technique and Sturgeon has. So there's that. Let's see. Goalkeeper he got given. I just got him in a pack. You can get any other goalkeeper. Another one I was looking at was Brad Guzan, the other American for Aston Villa. They're both really cheap and underrated. And I showed you Arnautovic already. So there's a couple of substitutions that you guys could have. Alright, so there's a cheap BPL squad. No more than 20K. If you play your cards right and get the right prices, you can probably get it for 16 or 17K. So it's pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys want to see a new squad builder or if any gameplay or the gameplay with this. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.